There are two ways to create holes in SolidWorks. One method requires multiple features, while the other does almost everything in a single feature. Let's compare both methods. This is how many beginners create countersink holes. First, create a sketch on the face and draw a circle. I'll fully define the hole position by adding 2 dimensions from the edges and set the hole diameter to 9 mm. Now go in Future, choose Extruded Cut and cut the hole through all. At this point, we have a simple hole, but we're missing the countersink, so we have to create it manually using a chamfer feature. I'll enter 4.1 mm, which gives us approximately 17.2 mm at the top, matching the ISO dimension for the M8 flathead screw. Finally, I'll add a small 0.5 mm chamfer to the opposite side, just to remove the sharp edge. And that's it, the hole is finished. But notice how many separate steps it took just to create a single countersink hole. Now let's create exactly the same hole using the hole wizard. Right away you can see that it supports different hole types, including counter bores, countersink, holes, tapped holes, and etc. Since we are creating a countersink hole, I'll select the countersink option. For this example, I'll keep the ISO standard, select a flathead screw, and choose an M8 hole with a normal fit. If the standard dimension don't match your design, you can enable custom sizing. Here you can manually change the hole diameter, the countersink diameter, and even the countersink angle. Next, choose how deep you want the hole to be. You can create a blind hole, but we are going to use through all. There's also a head clearance options, which automatically increase the countersink depth. If needed, you can even add a countersink on the opposite side of the part, without creating any additional feature. In our case, we are going to use 10 mm. And if your design requires manufacturing tolerances, you can define them directly inside the hole wizard. Now let's place the holes. Instead of using a regular 2D sketch, I'll use a 3D sketch. This allows me to place holes on completely different faces of the model. I'll place one hole on this face, another one on the opposite side, and one of the side face. One of the biggest advantages of the hole wizard is how easy it is to edit later. If I want to remove a hole, I simply edit the feature, delete the point, and the hole disappears automatically. Repositioning holes is just as easy. Simply add or modify sketch dimensions, just like you would in any other sketch. Make sure you select the correct reference. Otherwise, it's easy to accidentally create a diagonal dimension instead of the one you intended. You can also dimension directly from the entire face, which often makes positioning much easier. As you can see, both methods create exactly the same results, but with the hole wizard, everything is managed from a single feature, making your model much easier to edit and maintain later.